third step is to reconcile the cost. For the reconciliation of the cost, we prepare this segment. This is a cost reconciliation summary. In our first quantity schedule, we prepared opening inventory units plus received units, then total units. Then on the other side, we prepared completed units and in process units. It means in first segment, we show inflows or put into process units. And in the second segment, we had shown outflow of those units. What happened to those units? Now, in our previous section, this section represents the first part of quantity schedule. Look at this. In first part of quantity schedule, it was units in process May 1. And here we have cost of those units that were processed in May 1. Then we had added this period. So here is the cost added this period. It means this is the replica of quantity schedule. And here, this is the replica of the second part of quantity schedule, in which we reconcile the number of units. Here, we have to reconcile the cost of all those units. From this, we will use this equivalent unit calculations as well for the calculating of these costs. First of all, we have 4,800 units completed and transferred to out, and per unit completed unit cost is 149, which we have calculated in previous step 2 in second portion. So 4,800 multiplied by 149, that is 7,15,200. That is the cost which has been transferred out to the next department. For the entry of cost transferred to the next department, we prepare all these things. We do this all exercise to calculate this. And this calculation is required for the entry of transfer of cost from one department to second department. So the entry of this cost will be work in process second department, debit 7,15,200, and the work in process first department, whichever the name is, that is the credit. That is 7,15,200. This entry, we will do this calculation. And for this calculation, we will do previous second step calculation. And for the calculation of second step calculation, we will do first step calculation. So all this cost of production report is prepared for calculating this figure. And this figure is used in the recording of entry, which I have just explained you. So this is basically 4,800 unit, 100% complete. So 4,800, multiply them with individual costs. Then we will have also get this figure. So the simple is 4,800 multiplied by 149. That's basically the total cost of completed units. Then the other units are 400 units which are in process. For the 400 units, some cost has been consumed as material cost and some cost has been consumed as conversion cost. Because the percentage of completion for the both cost elements is different, so we will use we will show different figures for both of the items. For the calculation of these, those equivalent units calculation will be used. So here we have complete unit, that is 160, and complete unit per unit material cost was calculated in step number 2, that is 76.25. So 76.25 multiplied by 160, that is 12,200. And conversion cost is, with respect to conversion, equivalent unit was 100. We have converted the 400 incomplete units into completed units of 100. So 100 multiplied by 72.75, which was the conversion cost per unit, per equivalent unit, which was calculated in the previous table 2. So when we multiply this, that would be 7,275. So the total work in process inventory is 19,475, and total cost is reconciled with 7,34,675. That is the same cost which we had calculated in our second step table, that is 7,34,675. That is the same cost over here reconciled. If these two figures are different, mind it, there is an error in your calculation. So these two figures should be matched. This question can be reconciled, can be confirmed that whether you have done this question right or not. If you have calculated equivalent units wrong, or if you have missed any figure, or you have a plus or minus wrong, then these figures might be different, that might be not equal. So this figure should be equal. If this is equal, then you may say you have done the question right, you have made the calculations accurate. But if you have calculated equivalent unit wrong, definitely these figure will also be wrong. This figure and also the previous one figure, although it will be matched, but still there will be a wrong calculation due to wrong equivalent unit calculation. So equivalent unit calculation is very important for the preparation and calculation of cost of production report. And for the cost of production report, equivalent units calculation is very important and required for you people to understand it completely and practice it very well. So for the understanding of detailed on equivalent units calculation, you may consult my all previous discussions and lectures for calculation, and videos for the calculation of equivalent units. So these are basically the cost of production report. So look at this. Just I have explained you before in the start of my discussion. This is basically the other way or a shape of a work in process account. In work in process account, we have debit side and we have credit side. On debit side, what cost is charged to department, we debit it. So in our previous table, look at this. What cost is charged to the department? That is 7,34,675. So we have opening work in process, that is also on the debit side of the work in process account. When we charge material and conversion, that is also on debit side of the account. So this is 7,19,500. So this is the debit side of work in process account. And this is basically the credit side of work in process account. When we complete the goods, we work in process account is credited, and which account is second step account is debited, or finished goods account is debited. So this figure 7,15,200 figure is on credit side, mean work in process department account will be credited, mean credited. On those figures will be debited, and here it will be credited. And when we balance out this work in process account, we will get 19,475 figure, and this figure will also only be available with the calculation of these per unit cost. If we don't have per unit cost, we can now calculate that. So if we don't have per unit cost, we cannot calculate that. So all this practice is for calculation of per unit cost, and reporting of that cost, and recording of that cost. And work in process account can only be prepared if we can prepare this production report. So this is basically the replica of work in process account. From this report, we can prepare our work in process account. So this was all about the cost of production report weighted average method by using an illustration and numerical calculations. Hope so you have understood well, and you can practice it. You can apply this on other questions and other numericals, and you are able to calculate all these numericals according to these discussions and these understandings. And hope so you can do your work and understand practical aspects of cost of production report. Thank you so much. If you think these videos are useful for you, you may like these and share with other people as well. Thank you so much.